Um, this video is very delayed. All this stuff that I'm going to be talking about happened in early January, I think around January 9th of 2013. It's about James Yeager and his uh, crazy outburst, if you will. Um, do I know James Yeager personally? No. All that I know about him is what he has posted online and what he has made clear through his videos. Do I think he's crazy? No. I agree with him. I'm behind him. Like he said, he was speaking out of anger, and that's never a good thing to do. Whenever I do agree with him, I don't think that we should be, I don't think that firearms owners should experience any more restrictions and I'm not sure what word I'm looking for here, but restrictions will do for now. Have them, you know, being pressed to, find a way to get rid of their guns or having somebody come and confiscate their guns, which it just doesn't seem fair. Now, it would be slightly, just a little more fair if the government was willing to compensate everybody for the immense amount of money that people have spent on their collection. Guns have always been a hobby, a pastime, and an investment, really. People love that. That's a huge part of some people's lives, is just buying and selling guns and flipping them and, making them a little better and selling them for a little bit of a profit. I know several people who do these things, and they're good, down-to-earth, law-abiding citizens. They're good people. Um, guns, I know, there's a whole guns don't kill people, people kill people, and I agree. And it's like that thing from Star Wars where the guy went in and killed all the children. Nobody blamed the lightsaber. Nobody was like, oh, we should take away lightsabers from everybody. And I know that's a terrible analogy, but maybe a better one would be, you can't take away guns and illegalize guns and all that. Is that even a word, illegalized? Anyway, you can't, make them prohibited to own and all this stuff. Because last time I checked, you can't really own a bomb. You can't just have a bomb laying around. But, I mean, people make them. They do crazy stuff to cause explosions in very public areas, and they do it for, some people do it for fun. Some people do it just because they're radicalists, and I think being a radicalist is subject to a lot of things. Obviously, the Al-Qaeda terrorist group, they're very radical. They have very swayed opinions on people in general, I think. It doesn't really seem to me that they take the time or care to take the time to hear the other side of the story. Now, I've watched several videos on people's opinions of James Yeager and who supports him and who doesn't, and what he said causing all this uproar. And he admitted that he was wrong for saying he's going to start killing people. And, I mean, maybe wrong isn't... Okay, wrong's pretty... I don't know. He admitted that he was wrong and he shouldn't have said that. He said it out of anger, and he's, like I said, he's admitted that he's come to terms with the fact that he kind of made a mistake. a big mistake, and it very much so caused people to very greatly dislike him. Um, like I said, I've watched several videos on people who support him and people who don't. I'm Some people call him a disgrace to the gun community and all that stuff. I don't think he's a disgrace. I wouldn't say that. He has his own opinions, and they might be much more intense than yours. Um, you might not believe his credibility with his security, or not security contractor, private contractor for the military or the government or whatever it was, and his police chief experience and his, firearms instructor experience. You might want to discredit that. That's great. You can do that as long as you want. Like I said, I don't know him personally. I'm not a close family friend of his or anything. I don't know if he's got all that experience that he says he has. He sure seems like he does. So as of now, I don't see a reason to not believe him. I did watch one video where he said, not James, but some other guy said that James needed to shut the fuck up and you need to stop saying all this stuff and you're what causes people to do this and I don't see. And the guy I kinda started to agree with the guy at first. I don't remember his name. It's PT something. I kind of started to agree, and then he started going off and like he needs to shut his fucking mouth, and he started just getting mad about it. And I don't see how that is an appropriate way to approach this. James did come back, and he met with a lawyer. I think who it was. It might have been like a local congressman or something. But he met with somebody, and they both agreed that a political approach is just fine for right now. I mean, the government isn't knocking down our doors trying to take our families and property and all that away right now. I mean, they could do that in the future. I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. All I'm saying is that was it, kind of too far to go and say that, I'm just going to start dropping people whenever this happens? Yes, it was too far. Is it unnecessary? No, I don't believe that it was unnecessary. I do think that this uproar needed to happen. I kind of hope that James is the person just to kind of start a, not necessarily like a movement or anything, just kind of disagree with the government on a big enough scale. Because I really don't think we have done that yet. I feel like if we can get enough people to strongly disagree with the government on a large enough scale, and cause people to pay this much attention as they have to him, James, all because of the 3 seconds of the video that he said he was going to shoot somebody or people or whatever. If we need to say something to get attention so our actual point can be made and heard on, TV and to news people, then it might be the way to go. I don't know. I don't have, history or experience in the media or any sort of politics or anything like that. I'm just saying I do feel like there's a middle ground here. There was one guy that I watched, and he's a huge redneck. He really made me mad, and I feel bad for James Yeager and the fact that this guy actually supports him. Because in the video, he was like, everybody who thinks James Yeager's crazy is a fucking pussy, and no, 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 and he just kept going on and just ranting and yelling out cuss words and calling everybody who disagrees a pussy and all this stuff. And that is definitely not the way to approach this. And I don't think that anybody would agree with that. You know, it, he's got his opinion, I give that, but I don't know. He just seems very too angry to talk, um, to be taken seriously, I think. I think everybody needs to just kind of understand that people have their own opinions, and it doesn't matter whether you agree with their opinions or not, because it's not your opinion. You know, you've got your opinion, they've got theirs, then that's how it's going to be, and that's how it's always been. Do I agree with James Yeager? Yes. For the most part, yeah, I do. Um, I think it's ridiculous that, you know, Obama or Biden or whatever is wanting to just surpass the whole checks and balances system for something as ridiculous as gun laws. That's just me. Again, my opinion. People have them. It's just mine. You don't need to, you know, tell me I'm a fucking idiot or I'm a pussy or whatever. I mean, you can if you want to. I'm not saying you're not allowed, but I don't know. I really feel that James Yeager has a very valid point in all of this, and he seems like an honest enough person to. And again, I don't know him personally. I just know what he's got online. So far, I really do believe that he has no issue with telling you where he stands on whatever subject that is brought up. Um, he seems very down to earth and very planted in his beliefs, and that there is nothing wrong with that. I'm glad that somebody still is planted in beliefs and, you know, stands up for something that they want and believe in. It's nice. I'm just saying, I feel like there's a middle ground that is much better for this argument. But yeah, I guess just to wrap everything up, I do agree with James. I do support him. I hope that all of this is taken not too far, but just a little further, just so everybody knows how strongly the gun community feels about all of the stuff that's going on as of late. So, again, to wrap up, I agree with him. I support him. I think people who do support him need to have a cooler head and kind of stop yelling and cussing and shouting at people who disagree and telling them they're wrong. They might not be right, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're wrong. So, thanks for watching. Tell me if you agree or disagree, you know, calmly. I'm not looking to start any fights. If you have a valid point, I'll tell you. If I don't feel that you have a valid enough point, then I'm not going to sit there and argue with you. I just won't respond. So, thanks for watching, and again, let me know how you feel. Thanks.